All right, mathematicians, I have another new number sense for you today, and I am so excited. This is going to be super simple today. This is one that I would have used when I was teaching first grade a long time ago, but because this is a new number sense routine, I want to start easy numbers with you so that you can learn the routine, and then we will include this in fractions, we'll include this in multiplication and division later this year, and it is super fun. So all that SPLAT is looking at a set of dots and seeing really quickly, it's like subitizing. How many shapes do you see? There's 5, right? And then I'm going to do a splat and I'm going to cover some up. Well, now I see that there's 2 left over, so I need to figure out how many are under the splat. But I am so smart, and I learned a long time ago that 5, I can put it into 3 and 2. So let's look under. Yep, there were 3 under there. So that's how this is going to go. It's going to go fast. We do not want to count the blue dots one at a time. We want to see groups of them to find out how many there are. Okay, ready? I see 2 groups of 4. And I covered one up. So there should be 7 left. See how I did that? Another one. 3. Now they're all covered up. Ooh, here's a lot more. Here's 10. I saw 4, 4, and 2. Oh gosh, where did they go? I think I only covered 1. Yep. Ooh, the splat one in the middle. See if you can figure that one out. And if I were right next to you, I would want to hear you saying these things out loud. So I want to hear you say 4. I want you to hear you say how many are under the splat, which is 1. Hear you say how many there are here. Okay, how did you see it? Good. How many got covered up? Good. Ooh, tricky one. The cool thing about splat is like I'm seeing that there's 6, but I'm seeing it in 2 different ways. I'm seeing 3 groups of 2 and 2 groups of 3. But then when I cover them, there's 4, which means there's 2. So I am learning that I can do 2, 2, and 2 is 6. I can do 3 and 3 is 6. I can do 2 and 4 is 6. And I'm learning all those combinations. Really, I'm not even learning those combinations. I'm reminding myself because we learned those a long time ago. So keep going. Look at how do you see that number? And how many are still underneath? Good job, you guys. Keep going. I saw 4 and 5 on that one. Great job, you guys. Hey, mathematicians. This week, you guys have done such a wonderful job learning how to compare and order numbers all the way up to 100,000. And so today I want to take a chance and put this kind of into real life. So I want you to take a look at these pictures. Do you know who any of these people are? If you are a basketball fan, you probably recognize at least 2 of them. Here on the left is Michael Jordan. Here in the middle is a guy named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And then we have Shaquille O'Neal, and then we have Karl Malone. And these are some of the best basketball players of all time. So our problem today actually talks about these guys. So let's see what it has to say. There are 38 professional basketball players who have scored over 20,000 points in their careers. Some of the most famous are Michael Jordan, 32,292 points, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 38,387 points, Shaquille O'Neal, or Shaq, 28,596 points, and Karl Malone, scoring 36,928 points. So what our problem tells us to do next is going to be really important. Order these point totals from least to greatest. Then use the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to compare the greatest and least point totals. Explain why it's easier to find the least number. So the first thing we need to do is get out our handy dandy place value chart. We want to make sure that we go ahead and label Michael, Kareem, Shaq, and Carl. And then we want to plug those numbers in, just like we've done all week. So let's take a look at it again. There's our labeling. Don't forget that part. And I want you to think to yourself, where are we going to start? Which place? Yep, we always start in the largest place value, which is the 10,000s. And I want you to think about what you notice there. Yeah, you probably see a lot of threes in that 10,000s place, a lot of those 30,000s. But it did ask us to compare greatest to least. So we can identify here at least our least amount of points is Shaq at 28,596. I want you to pause the video and go ahead and figure out what was the greatest, who scored the most points, who was really close and next to it, and then who was in that third place. And then we know that Shaq scored the least. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and I want you to go ahead and figure that out. Okay, mathematicians, now that you're back, I want to show you a different tool that you can use to double check your thinking or to prove it the first time. And it is something that looks like this, and it should look pretty familiar because this is an open number line. We've been using open number lines for quite a while. So you can see here that I'm counting by thousands, and my least number is 28,000, and my greatest number on the right is 39,000. And the reason I picked those two boundary numbers was because Shaq scored 28,596 points, and that was the least amount. So I could start at 28,000. But then I'm seeing that there's a 38,000 and it's over 38,000. So I wanted to go ahead and go to 39,000 just to make sure. So one thing you can do to make sure that your answers are correct is to plot these numbers, these point values, on a number line. So watch me how I use a number line to compare and order numbers up to 100,000. So this dot right here is a little bit more than 32,000, and that's going to be Michael Jordan's points. And then I'm going to plot Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at a little over 38,000, and I'm going to label him. Then I'm going to go down and label Shaq's at 28,596. And you can tell I'm probably not right on, but I'm kind of close. And then the last one I need to plot is Karl Malone at 36,928 points. So this is a really easy way to see also that Shaq has the least, Michael Jordan has the second least, Karl Malone has the second most, and Kareem has the most. But thinking back to what my question said, it wanted me to compare the greatest to the least. So that means I need to do Kareem is greater than Karl, who was greater than Michael, who was greater than Shaq. So I want you to practice writing this number line and trying to plot that on your paper. And then I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about, why was it so easy to find the least? Why was it easy to identify Shaq and his points? So here's what I want you to do. This is your turn. You're going to do this in your journal today. And I want you to use both a place value chart and a number line, even though by looking at this, you probably already know the answer. A survey found that 1/5 of third graders use cell phones. In New York City, that would be about 16,589 third graders. In Los Angeles, that would be about 11,121 third graders. Compare these numbers using less than, greater than, or equal to. Explain how you decided what to write. So I need you to compare the numbers using a comparative statement, and I want you to show me how you did it with both a place value chart and a number line. And I went ahead and gave you the number line with some good boundaries because 11,000 and 16,000, I want to go a little bit to each side of that. And so here's the open number line that you can use. And then here's your place value chart that you could copy down and plug these numbers in. Okay, mathematicians, if you need to pause the video right here to keep copying down, you can. You do not need to copy down the problem itself, just the tools, the place value chart, and the number line. And then go ahead and compare the numbers using less than, greater than, or equal to, and then explain how you decided what to write, and send your teacher a picture on Seesaw. Great job today, mathematicians.